President Trump.
US President has just pulled up America's biggest ally in the Pacific theater. South Korea is now facing the wrath of a visibly upset US President over something it has time and again defended: absolute loyalty without questions asked. Trump has made the Iran war the reason to put Seoul through a verbal furnace.
When I called recently the president of South Korea, who I think he's very nice actually, but I called him, I said, would you like to give us a little hand? We don't need help with Iran, but if you'd like, give us a hand with Iran. He said, no thanks. Thank you very much, everybody.
Trump has made it amply clear that he is angry. He is not convinced by the billions the US spends in South Korea, with over 39,000 American soldiers stationed there to guard Seoul from its nuclear-armed neighbor, Kim Jong Un's DPRK. And Kim, by the way, has been termed a friend by Trump himself.
And I said, wait a minute, we have 39,000 soldiers over there guarding you from Kim Jong Un, your next door neighbor, and you're not going to help us on a very easy military operation in Iran? That's strange.
So, why is Trump doing what he is doing? Is it Seoul's refusal to participate in the Iran war? Is it the billions Washington spends? Is Trump trying to reopen his channel with Kim? Or is this another Trump-style burden-sharing battle, much like the one he has waged against NATO allies? Trump himself says his relationship with Kim is at the heart of this decision.
No, I'm making it much safer. You see, I'm actually making it much safer. Kim Jong Un has always treated me with great respect. And we met on numerous occasions, actually, 2 primary occasions, spoken and spent time. I understand him, he understands me.
Trump also claims Kim has responded to his latest outreach, though he has revealed no details. And that is where this story gets even more complicated. Washington is reducing exercises with its treaty ally, while Trump says he wants dialogue with North Korea. But Seoul is refusing to let the alliance weaken, with President Lee pushing both military readiness and greater self-defense.
A robust South Korea-US alliance and the strengthening of our own independent defense capabilities are mutually necessary and sufficient conditions for one another. In other words, a solid alliance strengthens the foundation of our security, while building up our own strength, in turn, increases our value and necessity as an ally.
For Seoul, this is now a warning it cannot ignore. Analyst Cha-Do Hyon says Washington is signaling that its security commitment could change if South Korea does not share America's regional and global burden. In other words, Trump is asking Seoul to contribute more, or risk seeing the US commitment recalibrated.
Ultimately, this reflects a sense of disappointment that South Korea, despite being an ally, did not actively support the United States in the US-Iran war. So what does that suggest going forward? It's essentially sending the message that if South Korea doesn't engage in burden sharing and doesn't actively participate in America's regional or global strategy, the US could just as easily adjust the level of its security commitment to South Korea. The mention of joint military exercises can be seen as one expression of that message.
And that is the real shift. Trump is not abandoning South Korea, but he is demanding a very different alliance, one built on reciprocity rather than automatic protection. Seoul is now stressing self-reliance, while Trump looks toward Kim Jong Un for dialogue. The big question: can Trump's Kim strategy lower tensions without creating a dangerous gap in deterrence?